Long time no see. Did you miss me? I missed you. Caitlin here again to be your lovely narrator for today's story about how Jennifer has the hot for her wife's sister due to her pantyhose fetish. Will Jennifer be able to satisfy her fetish, or will she get in trouble with the wife? Let's find out in today's story, My Sister-in-Law. I have had a pantyhose tights fetish for as long as I remember. I'm not sure exactly where my interest started, but I remember having a great time at my all-girls senior school, as all of the girls had to wear short skirts and black tights. And as they thought I was cute, I seemed to be able to get away with the occasional fumble. Simpler times. I remember one particularly gorgeous girl who used to enjoy teasing me by wrapping her long black opaque tights covered legs around me at the back of the class during break. Yummy! I experimented with wearing, but it's something I have grown out of, possibly as I met my gorgeous wife shortly after finishing my education. I let her know fairly early on that I had a thing for lingerie and stockings, and gradually built up the courage to say that I was really turned on by women wearing tights. She didn't run a mile, and has been happy to dress up for me during sex. I've bought her loads of different tights over the years, my favourites being Wolford brand, and especially their seamless tights. There is just something about seamless tights that gets me wet, so fucking wet. Please excuse the detail. I think it's the combination of the hose and the fact that you can still see everything. It's always a shame when she ladders a pair. However, it makes a wonderful excuse to rip a hole through the crotch and turn a bad thing into a great one. Now we come on to the sister-in-law. Excuse the pun. Her sister is now in her mid-20s, and a really good-looking girl too. She wears tights on occasion. Nothing fancy, but I don't mind admitting that I do tend to get an eyeful whenever she does, as she has a great set of legs. Her Facebook profile is filled with great photos, and although it feels a bit wrong, I do admit to having a good pervy. I remember one Christmas where she had a pretty short denim skirt on and black tights, and kept crawling over the sofa, which gave me an awesome view at her nylon-covered crotch. This past week she was back home visiting and had a night out planned, but had forgotten to pack any tights, so she asked my wife to lend her a pair of hers. I only found out later that day when my wife had complained about her asking. For some reason, the thought of my sister-in-law wearing her tights got me really turned on. When I came back from work, I found an empty packet of Christelle 30 seamless pantyhose I had imported from shapings.com. Look them up. They're the closest thing to the classic Wolford Fatal neon tights. Sat in the back room. This got me even more turned on. It looked like she hadn't taken the tights in the end, which was strangely disappointing. I later found the Christelle pantyhose and a pair of footless opaque Wolfords sat in a bag in the living room, which she must have declined to borrow. So all thoughts of her wearing some sexy luxury hose died down. Earlier this week, my lust reignited as my wife returned from a trip out, and had brought back home a worn pair of black Wolford Fatal 50 seamless pantyhose. It turned out she had borrowed some tights in the end. I'll admit to having a healthy imagination when it comes to fantasizing about tights, so this was a dream situation and is what has driven me to write this post. I can't stop thinking about her wearing these seamless tights and have been checking her Facebook profile to see if she posted any pictures from the night out, but so far no luck. I'm next to certain she only ever wears cheap and cheerful opaque tights normally, bought from supermarkets. The thought of her wearing expensive seamless tights has been keeping me really wet for several days now. And I feel sorry for my wife next time we have sex, as I'm so fired up. Part of me wants to talk to my sister-in-law about this, but that is a total no-no, and rightfully so. So I will enjoy my imagination and the release of writing this. I want her to know that I bought those tights because they really turn me on. And I want her to tell me how she felt wearing them. I want to know if she enjoyed the feeling of the tight, seamless hose around her pussy and ass. And if she decided against any underwear, as my wife sometimes does when wearing seamless. I'm still hopeful some photos might emerge at some point, or that she might request some tights for Christmas. Might be a bit inappropriate for me to buy them, though.